Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is Delta, and we are back with another Call of Duty Mobile video. This video is a bit special because we're not doing the usual stupid gameplay. We are actually diving in to a tier list of all the attachments in Call of Duty Mobile. So basically, in a tier list we have ranks, and from best to worst you have S, A, B, C, D, E, F. S being the best, F being the worst. But attachments, they are all very useful, so I'm only going S, A, B, C, D. So there will be 5 ranks, and each rank has about 2 attachments in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think we're missing one. Give me a sec. Alright, we are back, and I've just added the final attachment to the tier list. So at the end of the video, I will show you the finished tier list. Now let's get straight into it. So first off, we're gonna start with D tier, and we have 2 of the attachments in this tier list. And let's go to the first one, which is the Full Metal Jacket. So a lot of you may be asking, why is Full Metal Jacket one of the worst? And that is because it does not, even though it says here, look, damage 80, damage 90, it does not actually increase damage against players. It will only increase your damage against score streaks. So if you want to shoot down a stealth chopper, you can do so. It also increases, see, it says increases material penetration. So it will fire through walls without losing damage or without having damage fall, because obviously shooting a bullet through a wall would slow it down, but with a Full Metal Jacket, this is disregarded. So even though it says more damage, it's not actually giving you more damage. The next attachment in the D tier is the Suppressor, and again, nobody uses it. Let's be honest, nobody really cares about not being seen on the map. Like, we all use dead silence for that. And the Suppressor, it lowers your range, which means if you're trying to hit a target from far away, this is going to be a lot harder for you. So, like, honestly, a long barrel would be better, because, like, nobody cares about just not being seen on the map while you're shooting. You can just rotate spots. This isn't, like, a Battle Royale, and that's why the Full Metal Jacket and the Suppressor are in the D tier. Now we are going to move on to the C tier. So the first attachment we have in the C tier is the Fast Mag. So I was honestly debating putting the Fast Mag in the... Actually, you know what? Give me a... Alright, we are back, and sorry I can't make professional edits. I'm poor. So let's get into the C tier. So the first attachment we have here in the C tier is... No, I do not want to play. Is the Long Barrel. Now, this is just in the C tier. It's honestly good because it increases your range and allows you to do more damage at long range. But the reason is it just doesn't beat some of the attachments that are honestly a lot better than the Long Barrel. Like, you only have 3 attachment slots, 4 if you count the scope, but scope is another story. And the Long Barrel it gets beaten out by so many other attachments that it's just not one of the greatest attachments in the game. Next, we have the Tactical Scope. Let me rotate to my sniper slot. I still haven't updated this, but we have the Tactical Scope. And the reason why I think the Tactical Scope should go in the C tier is that, honestly, for snipers, it is the only thing that is good. ARs, I wouldn't suggest it, just because the Tactical Scope, I think, is a 2-time scope. If you play PUBG Mobile, if you used to play PUBG Mobile is not as good as COD Mobile. But if you used to play PUBG Mobile, the 2x is basically the Tactical Scope. And it's just too enhanced. I honestly like the red dot. I used to love the 2x in PUBG Mobile, but here, you have a lot of close encounters. There's no long-range shots. Unless you're playing Crossfire, of course. But even then, you would rather use a red dot. So, the final attachment that is in the C tier is none other than... Oh, we're going to have to... let's use my AK-117. Is the Laser Sight. And the reason why this is in the C tier is it does not actually increase... Well, it does actually increase your accuracy, but it only increases your accuracy when you are hip firing. When you are not scoped in, you are not ADS, you're only clicking the shoot button and you're not ADS, you're hip firing. Basically, what this does is it pulls your crosshair into like a tighter reticle, but this honestly can be so easily countered because all you have to do, go to your settings, go custom layout, grab your running button, put it to the center of your screen, adjust it a bit, and then you already have a reticle wherever you go. I don't use it because I don't use the iron sight. I don't need it. I always use, sorry, not iron sight. What is it called? Oh my god. Have I been saying iron sight this whole time? Whatever. I meant laser sight. Laser sight. It just makes no sense. And to pull in a crosshair, like, I don't know why anyone would use it. Yeah, sure, you get a cool laser from your gun, but it's honestly not worth it. So now we're going to be moving into the B tier, and now stuff is going to get juicy. So the first thing we have in the B tier is the holographic sight. Now, although it does provide a better view of targets versus the reflex sight, but the con, and this is a huge con, it has less peripheral vision. The scope is so huge on your screen, and honestly, if you are good at the game, I'm not saying I'm good, but I'm experienced, I'm a veteran, well, I'm actually elite, but I'm like veteran, whatever. It just makes more sense to use a red dot scope instead of the holographic scope. This is honestly a good scope for I would say maybe new players, noob, same thing. But unfortunately, I feel like this does cause a little bit of recoil. I'm not sure, so I need to fact check that. The next thing we have in the B tier is the stock, and this is a great attachment. It is only in the B tier because it was beaten out by other attachments. Now, what the stock does is it allows you to move faster while you're scoped in. So let's say you're moving, and this is excellent for strafing, especially paired with lightweight. You can get like super fast movement speed, and it allows you to move faster while you're aiming down sights or scoped in. And this is perfect if you want to strafe, which is moving left and right while firing your gun while you're aiming down sights. So that's why you would use the stock, and it was in the B tier because it got beaten out by a lot of other, or like a few other attachments. And the final attachment in the B tier is none other than the fast mag. And fast mag is in the B tier again because it got beaten out by some attachments. Honestly, there is really no problem with this attachment, but the only thing is it gets it's a lot of people would use it because you want to quickly shoot your gun, kill a player, reload, shoot your gun, kill a player. But the problem is, wouldn't you rather have more bullets in your magazine? You would always reload in a safe place. So why do you need a fast mag? I mean, sure, if you're facing like two people, you're gonna kill the first guy, reload, and kill the second guy. But why not just use one whole mag to kill both of them? So that's why the fast mag is in the B tier. And now we are moving on to the second best tier, which is the A tier. And the first attachment we have here is the red dot sight, my favorite sight in the game. It's actually called, yeah, red dot sight. Yeah, I was right. They call it reflex sight over here, but it's so good because it doesn't clump up your screen, and it's just a small red dot in the middle, perfect for seeing enemies. You can see all around your screen. It's overall a great attachment. If you're not running it, I guess you don't have to run it if you're playing SMG, like super close up in the enemy's faces. But this is great. This is a great attachment for something like the AKS-74U or perhaps the AK-117, stuff like that. Perfect attachment. Now the final attachment in the A tier is the extended mag. This is such a good attachment. I've only recently started using it. Shout out to iFerg, or just Ferg. He's a legendary YouTuber, and he actually taught me that the extended is a lot better than the fast mag, because instead of trying to take out two enemies with half a mag, reload, another mag, just use an extended mag, which bumps up your ammo capacity by 8 to 15 bullets depending on the gun. With something like, say, the PDW, with 50 bullets in your mag and only bumping it by 8 bullets really doesn't make a difference. So maybe especially for this, honestly, I might have to reassort my attachments here because the AK-117 runs out of ammo so quickly. This is a perfect example of putting an extended mag is on the MSMC. Holy crap, like, put an extended mag on the MSMC right now. Just keep watching the video, and when you're done, just go do it. And now we are finally on the Legendary 2 attachments, and if you've been paying attention, you will already know what is in the golden S tier. So the first attachment we are going to go through is the quick draw. Now, a lot of you may be thinking, well, what's so good about what's so good about the quick draw? Well, let me tell you, punk. It's really good because it really should only be used by players who know what they're doing. Because instead of taking a few seconds to aim down sight, it'll take a lot shorter than that. It's like, let's see, you see an enemy and you're looking at the ground. What you have to do now is you have to look up and scope in. And by that time, he's already killed you. He has literally already killed you. But with a quick draw, all you have to do is look up at him, and it will actually aim down sight a lot quicker than if you were to not use this attachment. For pro players, this is crucial because it allows for quick reaction times and to kill your enemy faster. It also may allow, if one player using a quick draw and one player without using a quick draw were looking at each other square in the face, and both of them tapped ADS and then fire at the same time, who would win? It would obviously be the quick draw. It allows for quicker reaction times, allows you to pelt your enemy with more bullets than he or she has pelted you with, and it just allows you to kill your enemy faster. And that's why the quick draw is in the S tier. And finally, one of the best attachments in the game is, if you've been paying attention, it is obviously the foregrip. Like, why aren't you using this? Especially if you have just got the game. It only came out global, like, what, 2 weeks ago? If you are not using this attachment, I guarantee you, you are losing so many times. And the reason you are losing is because you are not using the foregrip. Recoil is a huge component to this game. Not as much as PUBG Mobile, but if you want to control your recoil, especially if you're a new player, you will want to use the foregrip. The foregrip is best on some guns with high recoil, such as the MSMC. That's a perfect example. Another example, if we can, where is it? Oh, here we go. If we can get it, is the AK-47, because there's just so much recoil. But honestly, every gun, unless you're like super good at this game, then you should be using the foregrip. And now I will show you the organized tier list, and so you can basically get a final look at it. So here we go. So everyone, here is the finished tier list, and if you want to recap, in the D tier we have the full metal jacket and the suppressor. In the C tier we have the long barrel, tactical scope, and laser sight. In the B tier we have the holographic sight, the stock, and the fast mag. In the A tier we have the red dot sight and the extended mag. And finally, in the S tier we have the two best attachments, the foregrip and the quick draw. So if you enjoyed this video, a like and a subscribe and even a comment would be much appreciated. And if you have any friends who do play Call of Duty, even if it's your dog, send the video to him so he can also get better at Call of Duty and look at all these attachments in a perfectly neat and organized tier. As you can see, very neat. Everything's off place, but that's okay. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I will Delta signing out, and I will see you all in the next one.